You know what I mean? There are all these religions out there. There are all these false gods. But you know what? The God of the Bible is unique. The God of the Bible is special. And deep down, people know He's the true God. He's the real God.
Oh, the God of the Bible is special, all right. Just probably not the way Stevie Poo here means. Let's do this.
BionicDance!
Greetings, fellow space travelers. BionicDance here. Our dear friend Steven Anderson is spouting a line so common among Christians that everybody knows God exists, really. We're just suppressing it or whatever. He started this segment with some Bible garbage about Jonah freaking people out by saying he's a Hebrew and his God is Jehovah, and then assuming that this legend from his book is somehow applicable to real life. I'll spare you that part so we can get to his real argument here, such as it is.
Okay, that's why atheists, you don't see atheists just freaking out about Hinduism all the time.
That's because Hinduism doesn't give us anything out of which to freak. And frankly, neither does Christianity. It's just those darn Christians who are the problem. Hindus aren't very intrusive. A bit silly, perhaps, but that describes most religious people. No, it's because the Christians shove their beliefs down our throats, try to force us to conform, tell us we're horrible people when we don't, even though we're harming nobody, etc., etc. My longtime viewers are probably sick of me saying this, but if Christians could learn to share and play nicely with the other kids, you'd be in our sights about as much as the Hindus. By which I mean pretty much not at all.
Right? You know, like for example, somebody sent me this, somebody texted me this video of some guy, Ron Reagan. I don't know, I guess this guy is a child of President Ronald Reagan. Who knows what I'm talking about, that video? Is that who that is? Is that his son?
Yes, that's the son of the former president. Funny thing, for a long time I heard rumors that he was gay, but it turns out he's just a bit metro. I was today years old when I learned this, and I'm glad I looked him up before I made an ass of myself repeating that old rumor as if it were the truth.
But anyway, you know, this video was going around this week of this guy. He was trying to raise money during the Democratic debate. They had this commercial where he's trying to raise money for this thing called the Freedom from Religion Foundation. Just some kind of a charity for shutting down religion in schools or government, just making sure that Jesus isn't mentioned, that the Bible's not mentioned.
Hi, I'm Ron Reagan, an unabashed atheist, and I'm alarmed by the intrusions of religion into our secular government. That's why I'm asking you to support the Freedom from Religion Foundation, the nation's largest and most effective association of atheists and agnostics, working to keep state and church separate, just like our founding fathers intended.
So it's just this atheist, godless thing. And then at the end, at the very end of the video, he's like, oh, and by the way, you know, I'm not scared of going to hell for all eternity.
Ron Reagan, lifelong atheist, not afraid of burning in hell.
Why say that?
Maybe because Christians keep trying to use fear of hell to force us to join your merry band of self-loathing homophobes. Hamstringing that argument before you can trot it out seems to me like a reasonable tactic.
I'm not scared of the boogeyman. You know, there's an infinite number of things for you not to be scared of. Why bring that up?
The topic was religion. It seemed a bit out of place for him to start talking about the complete absence of arachnophobia in his life when he's promoting a secular government. You think?
Oh, I'm not scared of going to hell. But isn't it interesting he didn't say, well, I'm not scared of being reincarnated as something stupid. Right. You know what I mean? All of the atheists' anger is directed at Christianity.
Anger? Does this seem like an angry man to you?
Hi, I'm Ron Reagan, an unabashed atheist, and I'm alarmed by the intrusions of religion into our secular government.
Oh yeah, he's just seething with rage. And he didn't say he's angry at the Christian religion. Heck, he didn't even say the word Christianity or any other derivative of the term. What he said was he's concerned about religion intruding on the government. That Stevie Poo takes this calm and rational plea for freedom from religion as a rage-fueled vendetta against his own faith is rather telling.
Right? Why did he say, well, I'm not afraid of coming back as whatever scummy, you know, person who's born in like the worst part of India in some dirty slum or something, or coming back as some unsavory animal or something, right? No, he brings out hell.
If he's not afraid of hell, I think he's not afraid of being reincarnated as a dung beetle either. And Christianity isn't the only religion with some form of unpleasant afterlife. But that doesn't occur to Steven Anderson.
And look, he's not thinking about Islam. He's not thinking about Hinduism. He's not thinking about Buddhism. He's not thinking about Scientology or something. You know, I don't care about all the Thetans or whatever. You know, he's basically saying, look, I'm not scared of going to the hell of the New Testament. That's what he's talking about.
And maybe that is what he's talking about. Though, of the two of them, I'd think he'd know what he meant better than Stevie Pooh. But if Scientology started taking over the government and making Dianetics required reading in school, he'd be up in arms over that instead. Or as well. If Christianity is being singled out, perhaps Christians ought to take that as criticism of their behavior. They never will, but they ought.
And I think people know that, you know, the gods of the heathen or idols, the God of the Hebrews, Jehovah God, even back then in the Old Testament, had a reputation. I mean, think about it. You know, when they came out of Egypt, and when they crossed the Red Sea, when they crossed the Jordan River, that stuff spread.
It also didn't happen. There were no Jews in Egypt.
Verse 10, why hast thou done this? For the men knew that he fled from the presence of the Lord because he had told them.
That's more from the book of Jonah. As if the book that says God is totally rad would have told the story if the people went all, yeah, whatever on him. As if this story about a dude getting swallowed by a whale, or big fish, depending on who you ask, is anything other than a fairy tale. But I think we know better than Stevie Pooh whether we believe a God exists, and frankly, I find it rather obnoxious to tell me what I believe or think or mean. If you want to see anger, do that. But your beliefs really won't get my goat. It's what you do that matters. It's how you treat other people that makes the difference. That's why organizations like the FFRF exist in the first place, because theists can't seem to keep it in their pants. When religion's intrusion in my life goes no further than, say, a commercial for Pop-Tarts, that's when I'll stop making these videos. Fair enough? Until next time, fellow space travelers, this is BionicDance saying don't run on automatic. Instead, please think. Oh my gosh, I did it! They said it was impossible. They said I was mad. But here it is, a blooper-free video. Who wants to touch me? I said who wants to frickin' touch me?
Even YouTubers need Ferraris. Please donate on Patreon.
And remember, fellow space travelers, here at BionicDance we... Hey! Ow! Stop that! Okay. As I was saying, here at BionicDance we... Ow! Ow!